A lot of parents ask me, can you just tell me if I have a birth injury case? But birth injury cases, they don't work like that. There's no way that me or any other lawyer can give you these types of answers over one phone call. And that's because these cases aren't about feelings or suspicions. They're about medical records. They're about medical experts and what the law will require us to be able to prove to be successful in one of these cases. So today what I want to do is I want to walk you through how we investigate these cases, why that is necessary, and what will this process look like. And if you're worried about waiting too long, we'll talk about that too. Now, I know it can be frustrating. I know all of this can be because you've been through so much already, and now you're being told that it's going to even take more time to try to find answers. But the truth is that in medical malpractice cases, these are not simple cases. The law requires proof, not just that something went wrong, but that negligence is what caused it. That's why I just can't hear your story over the phone and just say, yes, you have a case, or no, you don't have a case. We have to dig into the medical records, and in some cases, we're going to have to use medical experts in the investigation to help us be able to understand what may have happened. And here's the hard part. If families wait too long to investigate, they risk losing key evidence. Hospitals don't always just keep these records forever. Witnesses, they move on, and every state can have strict deadlines for when you have to file these cases. That's why waiting can be extremely risky. If a baby has suffered a brain injury, delaying an investigation could mean missing out on potential legal options. Now, let's talk about what actually happens when you reach out to me or my law partner, Renee. The first thing is we're going to do is we're going to have a conversation with you. We're going to talk with you either over the phone or over a video conference, and we're going to talk about your pregnancy. We want to talk about and want to know were there any complications or was everything uneventful or normal? How did your labor progress? What do you remember about your delivery? It's not an interrogation or nothing like that. It's just us trying to be able to figure out what may have happened. If after that conversation you want to move forward with us in an investigation, we'll ask you to sign a medical authorization form that allows us to be able to collect your records from the hospitals or any other providers who may be involved. But there's no pressure. If after that conversation you decide that this is not the right step for you, that's okay. You don't owe us anything about that with that initial call and discussion. Once we have the records, my team and I, we're going to go through them carefully with everything. If anything in these records raises a red flag for me or my partner, Renee, we're going to take the next step. And that is bringing in our labor and delivery expert nurse that will go through the details with us and give us their opinion also as to whether the standard of care was met. If both we and our expert believe that there's something there, we will move forward and let you know. If we don't, we'll call you and explain that too. We'll let you know why. It's always important, and I tell families that if this is just our opinion, if we don't think that it's the case, and you still want to pursue things, that you have the right to get a second opinion with another lawyer. They may see things in a different light. One thing that I always want families to understand is that this process was going to take time, not because we're slow or anything like that, but it can take time to get these records. Hospitals can take weeks just to respond, and some will require extra paperwork from us. Others will send incomplete records, and we've got to go back and forth with them to get the records. It's frustrating, I get that, but it's a part of this process, and it's why patience is extremely important. One of the hardest things about this work is that when we investigate a case and we say that we just can't move forward with it, not because we don't believe the family, but because the law is strict in this area. If we don't have the legal proof, then we're not going to put your family through something like this. But please hear me out with this. Just because I don't take the case, that doesn't mean that I don't believe what happened to you and your baby. That doesn't mean that I don't believe that it's real. It just means that under the law, I don't have enough evidence to meet my legal burden. That's all that means. If your baby has been diagnosed with HIE or subsequent CP diagnosis and you've been thinking about whether to investigate these things, I hope that this has been able to help you understand what to expect. The most important thing that you can have is if you have questions that you don't wait too long. Investigations can take time, and delaying could be missing an opportunity to find answers and hold those responsible if they have caused your baby's HIE brain injury. And like I said, it doesn't cost you any money to do this initial investigation with us. Again, I'm Marcus Boston. And if you have any other questions about your baby's HIE brain injury at birth or subsequent CP diagnosis from a medical legal standpoint, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. You can find out more information about me if you check my profile. You can click my profile, or if you're on certain apps, you can just send me a DM, or you can just wait and watch the picture that follows this video. All right, that's going to be it for this afternoon's short educational video. Have a great afternoon, everybody.